Several developments today in the Adam Fravel trial in Mankato. He's accused of killing Maddie Kingsbury, his ex-girlfriend and mother of their children.
Yeah, members of Maddie Kingsbury's family took the stand in court today. Fox 9's Rob Olson joining us live now. Rob, quite a bit of insight from Maddie's parents on the stand today.
Yeah, certainly, and a sister as well here, and her stepmother. And, you know, one of the charges that Adam Fravel is facing among the murder charges here is one that includes a past pattern of domestic abuse. So all the testimony today from these family members was really focused on establishing that pattern, the history of the relationship that they witnessed between Kingsbury and Fravel, how it soured, and with a lot of focus on a particular incident about a year and a half before she went missing.
Maddie Kingsbury and Adam Fravel began dating in college. There were no signs of problems, her family members testified, but they all said that changed after their first child was born in 2018 and they began living together. She was doing all the heavy lifting in the relationship, testified David Kingsbury, Maddie's father. He was, quite frankly, more of a burden than a benefit. They all said Maddie began complaining more frequently, that the couple separated and reunited multiple times. There was a lack of help around the house with the baby, testified her sister, Megan Hancock. She just felt exhausted and kind of like she was doing a lot of things on her own. All testified about an incident in September 2021 when Maddie told them Fravel put his hands around her neck, pushed her down, and threatened that she might wind up like Gabby Petito, a woman who'd been killed by her fiancé. Maddie had then called her dad and stepmom hysterical, they testified, and they went to Winona to get her and her children. David Kingsbury said he told her then it needed to end. It was obviously a serious, traumatic, and dangerous incident. Catherine Kingsbury, her stepmother, described seeing red marks on Maddie's neck and had tried to take a picture, but said Maddie noticed and quickly covered those marks with her hair. A few days after that incident, Maddie returned to the Winona home she shared with Fravel, and she downplayed the incident, said Fravel told her it was a joke, which her father told the jury was Fravel gaslighting his daughter, which he believed he did a lot.
On the stand late this afternoon, Spencer Sullivan, a man that Maddie Kingsbury had begun dating in the months leading up to her disappearance, and she had told Adam Fravel about him in the week or so before her disappearance. A key witness we're yet to hear from is one of Maddie's close friends who had talked previously about what happened the day before when Fravel had found out and some of his behavior then. She is still expected on the stand likely tomorrow, and we're hearing that it's possible the prosecution might wrap its case here in the next couple of days. Live in Mankato, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
All right, thank you, Rob.